Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday, March 25. This is Barry Fear here in the studio with you with my special guest, Julian. And before I introduce you to him on the show today, unfortunately, we had to bring this coronavirus issue up again. We know it's boring and it's frustrating you, but all these new rules and lockdown rules have come into play. I know you're thinking, this is stupid, what are we going to do? Well, unfortunately, once the government introduces all those things, we have to abide by them even if you don't want to do them. And if you are caught not abiding by the rules, like having a party with your mates, then the cops will be around at your house. And joining me now in the studio to discuss all this, it's good morning to Julian. Welcome. Thanks for joining me on the show today.
Barry, thank you. It's great to be here, great to be a part of your show. Must say I'm very impressed with the knowledge you're displaying about the coronavirus and everything that's going on. Also, you used a very special word there, I think, that word abide. So you said that we should abide by the government's rules. And that's right. If we look at it in a very positive way, the government is out to look after our well-being and your well-being, Barry, everyone in our society and community. So abiding by the rule is a different attitude than looking at it as though it's forced on us. I think it's actually good to see that it's a positive thing that they're trying to look after us.
We know that you are upset that you can't go to your favorite pub or club or restaurant, but guys, it's for your own protection and my protection and Julian's protection. If the government wasn't doing all this, okay, well, we'd be in hospital by now. Here's my special guest.
Yes, Barry, we were talking earlier. You mentioned about the league or the leagues being cancelled. You mentioned the rugby league, the ARL, but there's also the surf league, strangely enough. So even surfers aren't competing on the world stage. And this is having an impact through to the 2020 Olympics, which are also looking to be postponed. So it's impacting many areas of our society, including the sports people, not just business people. But we're thoughtful. I'm thankful that I'm here with you. I'm thankful that I'm able to be a help and service to you and to your friends. And just to say overall, I'm thankful to be here.
So guys, we know that it's upsetting for you guys to have your Easter holidays thrown out of whack and all that and not being able to travel overseas, but like Julian and I said, like it's for our own protection. We know that you may be thinking this is stupid, but if we're not prepared to abide by the rules, well, who's going to be knocking on the door?
That's right.
The police.
There's the police, Barry, as you said, because we want to abide by the rules. But also, the next thing is if we don't abide by them, it may be a doctor knocking on our door, telling us that we've infected someone or we are ourselves infected. And we don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen to you, Barry, or any of your friends, any of our friends.
So, we know that you want to have a party and all that, but at the moment, I don't think it's feasible unless you've got a really small group of people, but I really don't know about that. So, this morning on the show, we are asking your thoughts about this coronavirus and how it is affecting you and your family. Please let us know down below on the show how you're feeling about this, because we really would like to hear your thoughts about the coronavirus this morning. And don't just sit there and not say anything. Have your say, because what we really would love to hear from you. Here's my outsider.
Yes, I agree. Let's hear from you. Thank you.
So please, if you are watching our show today, please comment on what we are saying and how it is affecting you, this coronavirus, and how upset you are, because it's no good sitting back there moping and thinking that the world is going to suddenly come to an end, because it won't be, because believe you and me, if you don't say anything, nothing will get done. Okay, so unless you say something, guys, write to your local MP, share your thoughts about this whole coronavirus thing, and let people know. Here's my outsider.
Thanks, Barry. I can't add much to the good sentiment you've expressed there. Thanks for the opportunity to be with you this morning.
So please, we know this is an inconvenient time leading up to Easter and all of that, and some of the schools have shut, I do believe, and a lot of the students are working from home now, and a lot of the kids are going to be unhappy because the Easter show has been cancelled this year, and the Anzac Day marches. How has this affected you, Julian?
That's an interesting question, Barry. I'd have to say I like to participate in the dawn service for the Anzac Day March, and I remember last year at DY Beach, they had a fantastic service with our local MP there, and there would have been a crowd of several hundreds of people, maybe up to 500 people early in the morning, but all shoulder to shoulder there to celebrate and to give thanks for the service of the Anzacs. And as you said, those people, we won't be in attendance this year due to the virus impact. But I don't think it will stop us in our hearts still being able to be thankful for the good things that other people have done to make our society what it is, the sacrifice of the soldiers and the like that we respect at Anzac Day. What do you think?
And also, going down the end of your driveway to pay your respects as well, because I received an email, a Facebook message earlier on, before this, that Anzac Day marches and services will not be going ahead this year, and like with the Easter show, that won't be happening, and the possibility of the Tokyo Olympics, because I know a couple of people who I used to work with that are going over that were meant to be going over there, so I really do feel sorry for the athletes that have worked so hard, and now their hard work has just gone out the window. What a shame. Also, like I've been saying throughout my videos about this, please be patient and vigilant. Don't be an idiot, please. and don't get angry because things aren't going your way. Here's my offsider.
Barry, I couldn't agree with you more. We've seen crazy things happening with toilet rolls disappearing from the shelves. And I think it's important that we all stay focused on what we have at hand. And if we've got enough food in the pantry, well, there's no need to go out and to panic buy and to try to, causing disruption, to respond into a fear. It's better to be responding and always in the positive. And I think that the government is doing a great job to this point, giving us guidelines that we can follow for our own safety. And so, as you've been saying too, Barry, we don't want people going off having parties and getting together into large groups. It's best to all, honour our own commitment to self-isolation. Over to you, Barry.
So, another thing on the show today we'd like to bring up is stay isolated in your rooms away from people because this coronavirus, guys, it is contagious. Okay, you may think I don't care, but that's being very selfish. We know that you want to go out there and have some fun with your mates, but like Julian and I have been saying to you on the show so far today, it is not possible at this moment, because it's up to you what you do, but if the police or a doctor comes knocking on the door, you have to possibly face the consequences. Because if you don't abide by the rules, the police will be knocking on the door and you'll probably be told to shut the party down. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, Barry, it's you may be faced with the prospect that you're going to be inside, that you might be going stir crazy, but at the moment you still are allowed to go out and to walk around the park. The beaches. You can check your local council, but in my local area, the beaches are still open as long as people aren't congregating in groups larger than 500 and they are respecting the distance between each other. And being out on the beach, I think, and taking a good breath of fresh air in your own space, and just acknowledging the good thing that's out there, the sun and the sky, can help bring a lot of relief at a time like this.
So here are a few things you can do to combat the coronavirus. Wash your hands, okay, with some sanitizer over there. Clean your clean. This is the stuff you use, okay?
Yep, Barry, exactly as you said. Sanitizer, we use a lot of that here.
And also, if you've got a bottle of disinfectant in your bathroom, make sure that you disinfect your bathroom benches, your toilets, your shower chairs, your shower hoses, and even your door handles. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, Barry, you actually touched on a couple of interesting aspects because one characteristic of the coronavirus is that it lives on surfaces for a longer period of time than we're used to. And so in your local area, you notice that your team of supporters are actually putting a special attention to cleaning door handles and doorknobs, items that are used by multiple people multiple times. And so your warning, your advice there is spot on, Barry. I agree with you entirely.
And also, disinfect your chopping boards as well when you are finished using them, okay? Because salmonella, you don't want to get that, and don't use the same chopping board to chop different foods, okay? Because that's how you get more germs there, okay? And if you know that something is out of date, please check that out. We will talk about that on the next subject, which is coming up shortly. But the most important thing that Julian and I would like to give to you this morning is don't go out unless it's really absolutely necessary. Australians have been urged to stay home. I know you may be thinking, well, what are we going to do? Well, unless you want to get sick, guys, the only safe place for you to be right now is home, away from work. And I may be home all week next week, but I will give you an update on that at the end of this week to advise you of the closure of St. Clyde's Cad now. It will be open, but there will be no clients there. So we will give you an update on that and when that's going to happen and take effect at the end of this week. But the most important thing that Julian and I would like to point out is please don't get angry at someone because they've told you to do something, like stay in your room, have your dinner there, listen to the radio, play computer games, read some good books, perhaps bring in a couple of card games or board games, whatever you got at
Some
home.
computer games, Barry, as you were enjoying it a bit earlier.
Yeah, and I was playing a computer game earlier called Airport Mania, so at least I'm not complaining too much about this. So just going over some of the tips, okay? Stay home, please. Don't go out. Cancel your taxis. If you need to get takeaway, you can do that. Or go quickly up to the shop and get it and come straight back. Here's my offer.
Barry, couldn't have said it better. I think you've covered everything.
Well, now on the show is we're going to be talking about something positive, so we'll cut to another shot. You're watching the Wednesday Wrap with Julian and Barry, and we've got plenty more coming up on today's show.